We have finally gotten our first look at Pokemon Gen 10, and I'm honestly like extremely excited. I think it looks great so far. It started off and it threw me off completely. I was like, why? What are these two like Pikachus? Like, what are we doing? And I thought it was gonna be a spin-off fashion game for a second, and that would have sucked. That would have been a bummer, but it's fine because we have Gen 10 Pokemon Wind and Waves. And the first few things I have to say is, first, I think the art style, that was one thing with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I was not a huge fan of like the character art style. It looks like they've kind of done a mix of both, like with the hair at least. They've done a mix of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon Legends ZA, at least from the looks of it. And I really like it. I'm an advocate for like a stylized Pokemon game. Like honestly, even though Sword and Shield had its, other problems, but its like style, its character design, I think was really good. And I really liked how the characters looked in the game. And so I'm happy to see what these two characters look like. I think that they look great. This world looks even bigger than Scarlet and Violet, which is great, but also makes me a little worried about how well it's gonna run on the Switch 2. I know Scarlet and Violet run great on the Switch 2 now, with their update, but if we're gonna see 30 FPS again, I'm worried about that. Already online, I've just looked at a few things online, and I'm already seeing people like, oh yay, another Pokemon slop game. And I'm like, did you look at it? Look how it looks beautiful. And I think what people want, some people want to see like some hyper realistic Pokemon game, which I think is not a good idea. And I feel like this game is kind of leaning toward that, like with the water and the grass and everything. It looks like realistic, and I think the contrast, like it looks good, but the contrast between the stylized Pokemon and the real life looking world, I don't think it lends itself many favors in that case. It doesn't blend too well. But at the same time, it does really look beautiful. So it's like they're going with this semi-realistic art style, but like, look at the grass, look at the trees. Hey, people who were complaining about the trees, you cannot complain now. And like the marsh and the lava looks great. The tropical biomes, the sand, the textures, it looks great. So that's one thing about style and looks and everything. Two, the gameplay. So it looked like from what we saw like a small part where she caught a Pikachu. We're so far into the Pokemon's life, 30 years, and the Pokeball still doesn't hit the Pokemon like head on. It just stops in the middle of the air. Like, I feel like, I don't know. That's such a small thing though. Still a little annoying, but it is what it is. And with that sentiment, it looks like we're not going to be seeing free roam catching, unfortunately. I think that'd be really nice, but maybe they just really don't want to do that in a mainline Pokemon game. I think what a perfect balance would be is Arceus combat in a mainline game, but like maybe, okay, because you want to keep it specifically battling, right? And not like open world catching. That's fine, but make it so that we can move around like the same way in Arceus. You can move around while ordering your Pokemon. And I think that'd be a great balance, especially with a big world like this. Like restricting yourself to another, like in Scarlet and Violet, restricts you a lot, and it doesn't look great, and it doesn't feel great either. And so I'd much prefer a style more akin to Arceus, not Legends ZA, but Arceus for sure. We didn't get a look at any new Pokemon, just the starters. So let's talk about the starters real quick. So far, overall, they're great. I think that this is a really good lineup. I love Brout, or what is that his name? What's his name? Yeah, Brout. We got Brout, Pombon, and Gekwa. Gekwa, in my opinion, is the weakest one. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Not that it's a bad design by any means. It doesn't really appeal to me. Brout and Pombon, I'm kind of up in the air with which ones I want to pick there. To be honest, I do look at when the game comes out, I do look at the final Evos because I want to know what I'm getting into. I think that's not a problem. I see Brout is kind of like giving me like Rowlet vibes. Really giving me Rowlet vibes, but not as good as Rowlet. I do like his like angry face kinda, and like the leaf and the green. I think it looks really good. I think he's cute too. And then I honestly 100% I see like 90% of people picking Pombon. Cause like look at this. A fire Pomeranian. It's adorable. I don't know if he's gonna keep his cuteness. Probably gonna go the same route that Fuecoco did. He was cute and then got like scary. I don't know if they're gonna go with that here, but looks promising. Pombon looks promising for sure. And then Gekwa, I don't really know what I don't like about it. I think the I don't know. I'm just not a fan. But hey, I see a lot of other people really enjoying it. I think I myself, I think I'm gonna be picking up Wins, Pokemon Wins, just because I like the vibe of it more. I like the logo more, and I just like the way it sounds. Usually I don't pick the first one that's named in the, you know, Pokemon Scarlet Violet. I pick Violet. Pokemon Sword and Shield, I would go Shield. But this time I'm going the first one. I'm going Wins. It seems like so far I only really have good things to say about what I've seen so far. But I will say, I think a lot of people gonna kind of miss a more linear style of Pokemon. With Scarlet and Violet, we had this big open world, and it left a lot for like exploration and like doing, you know, gyms how you wanted. But I'm really hoping this is a good evolution of what we saw in Scarlet and Violet in terms of an open world and exploration. I'm really hoping to see that there's more stuff to find in terms of like exploration. Like, right, you find Pokemon and you catch them and whatnot. But like, I don't want to just see like white glowing or yellow glowing dots on the ground that I pick up and I'm like, oh, I got a potion or a Pokeball on the ground. I want to see like, are there chests? Are there like, I have to go to specific places to find specific things on the ground. It's not just randomized and splotches on the ground. I hope that the world is more filled out with stuff and not just big open fields and boring landscapes. And I also hope that the new gimmick that they're going to add in is really fun. Because terrestrialization was really good, but I wonder how they're going to be able to top it. Because I know everybody, like the gold standard for most people is Mega Evolutions, and we just did that. So I wonder what they're planning on doing with it this time. Overall, I think this is probably one of the most promising looking Pokemon games that we've seen yet. I'm very excited. I know that there's a lot of Pokemon fans that need a lot of convincing to even think it's a mediocre game. And so hopefully we see more of this game because turns out it's not releasing this year, like late this year for holiday. It's releasing 2027. We don't know when 2027, but like you could see two sides to this. Like pros and cons. Con, we gotta wait till 2027, and that feels like they're probably gonna want to do this holiday. I feel like that would be the best time. And so we're gonna have to wait a long time, over a year. And pro, they're giving more time into the game, more time to polish it, more time to make it as good as it can be, especially on new powerful hardware like the Switch 2. It's promising, but we're gonna have to wait, and that's a trade-off for sure. I'm fine with waiting. I do wish it was coming out this year. I feel like this is one of the longest times that we've had without a mainline Pokemon game coming out. But I hope that it's all for the better though. To wrap up my immediate thoughts so far, I think the game looks great. The starters look great. Overall, I think it looks really promising for me. I'm very excited to see more of what the game is going to have to offer. Immediate thoughts over. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, check out some of my other videos and the main channel for highly edited, funny content. Hit like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. I'm done.